Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland, and Bruce Springsteen is back in the news. He has canceled all of his September shows with a promise to make it up to the audiences later on. This on the heels of canceling a couple of shows in August. Now it's interesting because we were told those shows were canceled due to band members having an illness, perhaps key members of his team that helped put on the show. And you kind of got to wonder at this point, folks, especially with what he's suffering from now, was it Bruce Springsteen who was ill all along? All right, in my last video on Bruce, we talked about how Bruce is sticking to a set list in his current shows, and that many fans were disappointed because Bruce has been known to mix up his set list at a moment. But with this information and the cancellation of shows last month, one has to wonder if it was indeed Bruce who was sick the whole time, and that he was sticking to a set list because that's all he could really do. All right, so we've got a couple of things to take a look at here. There's an article by Chris Willman where he kind of explains what's going on, and we even have a snippet from Bruce himself in this particular article. Chris starts the article by saying Bruce Springsteen has canceled all of the remaining dates on his touring calendar for the month of September, with a statement on his social media saying he is suffering from peptic ulcer disease and has been advised by doctors to take the rest of the month off for treatment. Now, if all of this is true, this is serious, folks. I too have suffered from this disease and even clinically died before they got me into the hospital, and I woke up days later. This is not something that you mess with. And yet, what does Bruce have to say? Well, here's what Bruce has to say. Over here on E Street, we're heartbroken to have to postpone these shows. First, apologies to our fabulous Philly fans who we missed a few weeks ago. We'll be back to pick these shows up and then some. Thank you for your understanding and support. We've been having a blast at our US shows, and we're looking forward to more great times. Now, as I've said, this is a very serious condition, and frankly, I am surprised that his doctors are telling him to take a mere month off. But that leads me to the whole point of my video tonight, folks. Is the allure of the hundreds of millions of dollars that acts like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band can command just too great of a temptation to ignore? And so therefore are the very shows that are making some of these guys into billionaires pernicious to their very health. Should they even be considering to make up lost shows due to this kind of illness? I don't think so. I'm all for Bruce getting better, producing new music, and we'll see you in 2024, 2025. Unless you've got other plans, Bruce. Now, I've covered way too many people who have passed away while on tour, and just recently, haven't I? You see, I think there is a need for many of these rock icons to continue touring long past their prime because they didn't spend wisely when they were really raking in the bucks. But you see, as far as I'm concerned, that's not our problem as fans. But let's get back to this whole thing about past shows being canceled and now September. Was it Bruce who was ill all along? And if so, has he been continuing to tour in not the best of health? Because you know what? To put on these shows, folks, people start owing people favors. We've talked about what it takes to put on these shows. We've talked about who's involved, the villains that are involved in this, and you kind of got to wonder at this point if Bruce is trying to fight the brave fight because he owes somebody something. You know, the whole business of touring is set up for the younger artists. They still have their health. unless they, like many of our older rock stars back in the day, just can't keep their hands off nose candy and all of that kind of stuff. But even then, they've got a few years left in them before they overdose and kill themselves in the process. But it gets down to this, that the whole business is set up for those who are 100% healthy at all times. Now, when you're talking about older artists who are out there touring, this isn't always the greatest news for them. After all, the business is set up to serve artists like Taylor Swift. Oh, God, don't get me started on that woman. But what do you guys think about this, especially to you fans who have paid money for those September shows? Do you expect Bruce to get back on the horse and play in front of you no matter what? Or would you rather him take some time off, get healthy, and then do it at another time? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sick and tired of doing tribute videos on people who have died while they were on tour, almost as I am sick of covers albums. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. Prayers to Bruce, of course, but what do you guys think? Is the allure, the possible monies that somebody can make from these tours just too much of a great temptation? And is the entire touring business set up to kill off some of our greatest aging rock stars? If you enjoyed the video, of course, please give it a thumbs up. That helps with channel growth. And if you're one of my viewers who hasn't quite subscribed to the channel as of yet, that's easy, I know. Here it comes. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the tribe button, tap that top bell icon, and brother, you're there. All right, I'm Michael Noland. Together, folks, we are the tribe. I want to hear your comments, and I'll see you in my next video.